All right, everybody, I want to welcome you to today's podcast. Today, we'll be talking about powers and the roots of logarithms. Okay, when you have something like a raised to power 2, right? This thing in log forms means 2 multiplied by log a, okay? So maybe you have something like 4 raised to power 2, it is equal to 2 log 4, okay? So you may want to uh, try to figure out what root A means in log terms. Root A means um, log A divided by 2. Okay, so these are the powers and the root laws of logarithm. So we may not want to waste more time. We want to delve more in solving questions that are related to powers and roots of logarithm. It might get technical a little bit, so you may want to pay attention or refer to our previous videos to get better understanding of what we are doing. So we may want to solve a question 3.55 raised to power 4. So this number, you want to get the value of this number. You want to convert, you want to say, all right, since this is a power number, so you want to multiply it by the power, which is 4 times log 3.55. Okay, so like we always do, you have a table of number and the log. So you write down the number on the left hand side. So the number is already in standard form, so the characteristic value will be 0. Course, you're combining the characteristic value with a matrix of value. So you're going to look this out in the log table. We don't have to be wasting much time because we have done this before in our previous videos. You may have to refer to our previous videos if you haven't watched that to see what all these things work. So if we combine these two, it is still going to give us 0.5502, okay? And we have to multiply it by 4 because it is raised to a power of 4. Look at it here. So when you do this, you're gonna have a 8002.2. Okay, so you will have to look for the anti-logarithm of this number. So you go to your anti-logarithm table, look for the logarithm of this one. It's a value here. So you may want to look for the anti-logarithm of 20 under 0 difference 8, and the answer is 1588. Okay, now we have a characteristic value of 2. So what does it mean? We're going to use this value to determine where the Manchester is going to, where the decimal point is going to be in this number. So we have to move this point from a supposedly standard form place and move it 2 places to the right. So we have 58.8. Therefore, 3.55 raised to power 4 is equal to 158.8. So we may have to solve more questions to have this registered in our mind. So let's delve into another type of question. This one we have to involve number that is less than 1. So we may want to say 0.085 raised to power of 3. Okay, this equally means 3 times log 0.085. Okay, so you have to divide it into a number and the log and solve. So you bring your number here 0.085 raised to power 3, And because you want to convert this to standard form, you move it 1 2, so it is -2. Remember, we said in our previous videos that once you have zeros before the actual numbers, then it has to be a negative characteristic. Okay, so you have to combine this with the mantis value, which you're going to get by finding the log of 85, right, from your log reading table. And when you found that, it will give you 0.9294, all right? So when you sum this up, it's going to give you 2. When you combine them, please remember that you are not going to sum them up. You just need to combine them, because this characteristic here is going to retain its negative value. So if you combine them, you will have 9294. So because it is raised to power 3, what are you going to do? You're going to multiply it by 3. When you do that, let's follow this sequentially and see how it goes. 3 times 4 is 12, so you write 2, carry 1. 3 times 9 is 27, plus 1, 28, you write 8, carry 2. 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8, all right? 3 times 9 is 27, you write 7, carry 2. Now 3 times -2, okay? So you see that you will always treat this one as -2 because it has a negative sign on something. So you have -6 plus 2, which you carried before, you have -4, okay? So this is what you have. So you may want to get the anti-logarithm of this number. So what is it? You have to get the anti-logarithm from anti-logarithm table of this mantis value. 78 under 8 difference 2 is going to give you 6141, right? So because you have a negative 4 characteristics, so there has to be 4 zeros before the number, so 0.123. So 4 zeros, 1 2 3 4 zeros before the number, so that 0.085 raised to power 3 is equal to 0.00064141. We may have to solve another question that has to involve roots, so that you may also understand what we mean. Okay, so we may have to consider the fifth root of 40,000. So in this question, what does it mean in log terms? It means log 40,000 divided by 5. Okay, so log 40,000 divided by 5, and we will have our number here and our log here. Okay, so you have your fifth root of 40,000 to 3. Okay, so in this case, you may want to check where to place your standard form. So you move your decimal 1 2 3 4, so you have a characteristic of 4, and you want to combine this with a mantis value. So you're gonna look for 40 under 0 difference 0. So this is how, and if you look for this, you're gonna get 0.6021, and if you combine these two, mantis and characteristic, you're gonna get 4.6021. So you have to divide this by the value of 5. So when you do that, now listen very carefully. If you want to divide, you want to start from the left hand side. So in this case, 5 divided by 4, it won't go, so you write 0 and add 0 to 40. 5 divided by okay, not 0. 5 divided 46 is going to give you 9, so it has to remain 1. So 5 divided 10 is going to give you 2. 5 divided 2 is going to give you 0. 5 divide 21 is going to give you 4. 5 divide 11 is going to give you 2. So because 2 is not up to 5, you round it down, because Mantissa will always require 4 numbers. So you don't have to continue, you just round every other thing down or round it up to any number that is closer. So this case, what we're going to do next is to find the anti-logarithm of this number. So here, what's the anti-logarithm of 92? 92 under 0 difference 4, you're going to have 8.38326. So because the characteristic here is 0, you're not going to move the decimal point from the standard form position. So this is the answer. So 5 sod 40 is equal to 8.326. So you may want to solve the last one to make everything clearer to you. So the last one is, let's say you have, let's solve a question that involves number that is less than 1, 0 0.0007. Okay, so what this means is log 0.0007 divided by 4. Okay, so you may have to draw the table of log, and you'll have to bring this one here 0.0007 with 4. So you have to convert it to standard form like we always do, 3 4. So you have 4 here plus, look out for log 7 in your log table, and what you have will be 0.8451. So if you combine these two, you're gonna get 4.8451. All right, so the next thing you do is that you're gonna divide it by 4. Okay, so you start dividing. Remember, this is a negative 4 by 4, so you want to divide it. 4 divide minus 4 is going to give you about 1, right? So you continue. 4 divide 8 is going to give you 2. 4 divide 4 is going to give you 1. 4 divide 5 is 1. Remember 1. 4 divide 11 is going to give you 2. Remember how many? It's going to remember 3. So 4 divide 30 is going to give you 7. So since 7 is more than 5, you're going to round it up, call it 1, and add it to 2. So you now have 3 here. So instead of 2, you're going to have 3 here, right? So you're going to look for the anti-logarithm of this number, this Mantissa number here. So you find anti-logarithm of 21 under 1 difference 3. You're going to get 1627, right? So you want to determine where the decimal point is going to be. You have a negative 1, so there is a negative 1, so it has to involve 1 0 before the actual number, so it has to be 0.16. So therefore, so the fourth root of 0.007 is equal to 0.1627. So you may want to like our follow our YouTube channel, or like our Facebook page, share our videos to people who may need it. Thank you for watching.